Hi folks, I wanted to share with you today one of my favorite demonstrations in all of science, the monkey and the hunter experiment. Now there's a lot of different variations, but all of them pretty much work the same. An object falls from some height and is impacted by another object that has some horizontal velocity. This is meant to show that gravity acts independent of an object's velocity. It doesn't matter how fast it's moving, all objects will fall at the same rate. And if everything holds true, you should be able to hit the target as it falls through the air. Now there's some kits you can buy online, but I see that some of these go for several $100s. And I've seen a lot of good videos of people that have come up with their own version of this. I'll show you the one that I've created, and it was motivated strictly by cost. I wanted to make this thing out of spare parts for a cost of less than $15. So I'll show you my setup now and you'll see how it works. I keep my setup permanently mounted to the ceiling. Students are often very interested and want to know what it does, and are excited when they find out later in the year how it works. We'll start with the battery pack. This is just a standard plastic case that holds 4D batteries and has a positive and a negative end. You can see the wires that are attached to this, which are going to go to the wire that goes to the launching apparatus and to the electromagnet. I have about 250 turns of enameled wire around a nail. Sanding the ends of this off, I then attach it to a wire which will run the length of the ceiling back to the tube that fires. This is just a standard piece of PVC, and I have it mounted to the ceiling, and it's not glorious in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, it's a mess. But inside of this tube, there are two electrodes. This is an open switch, and you can see that the wires are not touching. I use aluminum foil projectiles, and when I place one of the projectiles into the tube, it will complete the circuit and engage the electromagnet. I use an empty can as my target, and this electromagnet can hold a pretty decent mass. There's about 16 feet between the target and the end of the barrel. I insert a paperclip into a little hole to ensure that the projectile does not move forward when I apply the air. When I want it to fire, I'll just simply pull the pin down. Now, I built this contraption with cost saving in mind. That was my whole motivation for building it this way. But since then, I've become more fortunate and able to purchase a little bit more. Rather than spend it on an expensive monkey and the hunter setup, I spent it on a GoPro so that I could mount it to my electromagnet. And I would say that every physics teacher should have some type of camera like this. This one has survived a fall from about 300 feet in a failed bottle rocket. So this one is pretty rigid. I've had the cap pop out before, but anyway, that's just a little side note on this and how I was able to get that shot. So hopefully you enjoy the video and it gives you some ideas. Maybe if you're looking to replicate this, hopefully you can build a better setup than just having it mounted loosely to the ceiling like I do. But this was designed to just give you an idea of what I use and that you can successfully pull this off with very little cost. Thanks for watching.